My nerves spilled and scattered on the pavement. I couldn't gather them as I trudged and dragged my exhaustion to class that day, last October. I carried what I could of last night's sleep, maybe 3 hours, and the anxiety, a monster growing in the pit of my stomach, drowning me, so the world seemed like a blurry, smudged painting. My last year of college came to me like a ton of bricks delivered to my front doorstep. My life turned into a war since I started to worry. Every single moment of every single day. My perfectionist tendencies, paired with the thoughts of deadlines, no motivation, and a fear of tomorrow, made a nice soup, ready for panic, don't you think? I stirred myself daily, but still seemed to make it to every class, do every assignment, and manage a research project. That's how I was last year. I sat in the office with the woman I told myself to maybe once a week, hoping that my fear of living will transform into something else. That's how I was last year. When I reminisce and think back, I feel how I felt. That numb yet nervous feeling. I could still feel it, lingering. Last year, I didn't want to wake up to the sun rising, and I didn't triumph for completing 3 years of college. Instead, I dreaded the thought of every day coming, long days turning into long nights, a hungry stomach, and the quarantine I built around my sanity. That was last year. I don't know how I seemed to make it a whole year later, though. In the midst of the strains and labor pains of reality, I managed to give birth to a project. This project spiraled in me October of 2015 until it was born. I named her SparklyWarTanks. I made her to fight back, to win the war, to let my sanity free. Every time I wrote something, I saved myself, and I took another ingredient out of the soup. I typed, pounded my fingers on my keyboard to explain the motive for the birth of something new in me. I wanted to save another woman's life while saving my own too. I wanted to burst out and say, take care of yourself, take care of your mind and your body. You are important and you matter. You are powerful and worthy and beautiful. You don't need anyone to tell you. Of course, those were messages I needed someone to tell me, but instead I became the billboard. The more I wrote, the more I felt the walls crumbling. The walls crowding and containing my sanity were falling. I found the key to the cage of my anxiety which surrounded my quarantine sanity. In October of 2016, grown into an adult, SparklyWarTanks evolved into a vision, into a foundation for women empowerment and mental health. One project exploded into a space, a place, a sanctuary to be safe. My anxiety transformed its face into the partner of ideas and the employer of a plan. It turned into passion. So as I write to the woman who hates herself, and to the one with depression. I write to the woman with the eating disorder, and to the ones living on the streets. I'm writing to the ones going through a midlife crisis and self-realization. I write to the mother and to the survivor. I write to the woman who hurt and the ones who are stressed. I write to the powerful women and the ones making a difference. I write to the lawyers and the doctors and the writers and motivators to our future. I write to support our next generation of women. That we stand up for ourselves and never hold our sanity hostage. That we declare our independence from expectation and perfectionism. That we defend ourselves and fight for our will to wake up peacefully and unafraid. If I could sum up how I've changed from last year to this year, I would simply say, I let my sanity